Yes, I'm going to the new Zoom and new features, but this is not really important. Recently, I had a visitor, a Polish mathematician, Bronek Pabich, and we spent some time discussing GeoGebra and Geometer Sketchpad. And I found that Geometer Sketchpad in many reasons, in many places, is quite different than GeoGebra. So I decided to make a few short videos for my colleague related to Geometer Sketchpad so he can spend some time working in Sketchpad and see how far he can go. So let's start from the beginning. My name is Majewski. I'm a Polish mathematician. For years, I was living in Emirates, United Arab Emirates, and for years I am involved in teaching geometric patterns and writing about them, and this means also writing papers and writing books. And for all this time, this is more than 20 years, I was using Sketchpad as my main tool. And Sketchpad proved itself as a really perfect solution for editorial work and for teaching, online presentations, and so on. So let me to start with Geometer Sketchpad, and I have to just share my screen. Okay, and this is the Sketchpad screen. Okay, it looks like this. You have my video on site. I can close it or I can just put it down. So what is Geometer Sketchpad and what you can do with this? First, of course, I would like to spend minimum time on the basic features of Geometer Sketchpad. So if you are completely new, like my colleague, so you will be able to look for things and just getting them from the right place. First thing, we have the main toolbox. Main toolbox is on the left screen, and it is just having here arrow, then you have point, you can make points, and you can draw segments just like this. It is a very simple one, and with the segments you can also think about having them with bold lines, different colors on. Then you can have polygons like this, so you can draw your polygons, and these polygons can be any type. Okay, so this one is just with the medium line. Okay, I have to just go back to it and explain it, but what I need now, you can change colors of polygons like this, okay, and so on. So you have polygons, and then you have text. So you can write your text. This is my text. I have just microphone next to me and it's really disturbing. And then you have also marker, just to get things like this, or you can make ticks like this, or you can make ticks like this. Okay, so these are the typical things that geometers are doing for marking segments of the same length, a different length, parallel, and so on. We'll come back to everything like this in the near future. So these are the basic tools that you have here, and also you have here also information about these things. So you want to know what is this point. This is point number 4, and this is independent object, and this one is also independent object, and this one is also. Just imagine I will take a point here and I will try to get information about this point. Okay, this is the point 15. We have so many of them. And this is point on the segment 1. This was our segment 1. This is what? This is segment 3. And this is tick mark on the segment 3. And what about this? This is quadrilateral. If you try to make something, let's say, more geometric, for example, if I make a square, so what I do with the square, I just construct two perpendicular lines, okay, and then what I do next, I draw one circle, I draw another circle, okay, and then I connect these points. You see what is happening when I draw a segment on a line. Line is getting dashed. So I can make this line thin. It will be not disturbing too much. And also the circles, I can make them thin, not like this. I can make my circles dotted, for example. You almost don't see it, so may a different color, okay? So black color, probably you don't see it on your screen. So line style, medium, and now it is much better. Okay, now what I can do, I can hide elements. I can select these two segments, go to display, and hide them. This is perfect thing, okay? So I don't have them on the screen, and I can always go back to this. If I press Ctrl Z, they are coming back. But of course, after a few steps, the Ctrl Z will not work for them. So what I can do, I can go to Display, Label, and then here we have a nice thing which is called action buttons, hide and show. So what I have here, I have a new button, and I can keep my objects, my two parallel line or perpendicular line hidden. When I need them, I just can hide or recover them. This is convenient thing because every time when you want to see what is the background of your drawing, then you can always go to the button. The same here, so display and then action button, hide and show. It is just telling you hide circles. Show circles, hide perpendicular lines, hide circles. So you see quite nicely things are done. Now again, I wish to know what are these points, but then what I can do, I can just mark this corner and you see what is happening here. Display line style thin. I'm getting a character like this one, and you can just, this is angle marker, and this is marks a simple angle, And because it is square, it is just telling you that this is a rectangle, right angle here. You can do the same around. Okay, what about here? Okay, so you see, all these markers are just telling you you have a right angle. You can fill this square with some color, display line color. Okay, go to the color and see what you can do. I like this option much better because what I can do, I can choose colors that are non-standard colors. For example, a brick-like color. Okay, isn't it nice? Okay, so I got this thing. Okay, so I can also mark all these lines. So colors, this is just another story that I really like doing in Geometry Sketch. But for example, do you like this color? If you like it, you can make it this way. Okay. And look, when I am just clicking my right click, you have two clicks. One click, left mouse button, you're just selecting object. But if you make a right button click, you're getting a menu. And then you're getting a menu that is just telling that it has a line, thick, medium, thin, or it has a color line. Okay, so let's take a color like this. Now, but let's just say what means that there is a line. You don't see it, but you can do it. Go to the properties. So again, I am just making the right click, properties, and then in the properties, I have written information. My object, this is quadrilateral 2. Okay, it is also having parents. So what are the parents? If I click parent 12, I'm getting the red point here. If I click this one, okay, so and then children, we'll come back to parents and children's with another opportunity. But now let me to select this polygon. And when I select this polygon with the right button, I have labels. I can make a label for it if I like it. Okay, so X, Y, Z, for example. Okay, where is the label? I don't see it. Okay, properties and show label. That's fine. Okay, so this is a polygon X, Y, Z. But one more thing is in properties or important, opacity. In opacity, you have here 100%. If I go with this down to 50%, or let's say even 25, I get it like this. You're getting a semi-transparent polygon. Okay, you can move these points because we didn't fix them, and we get edges. So a polygon also has edges if we decide about this. So with the vertices, they don't have label. At least I don't know how to make them, but how to show them. But polygons have edges. So you can change polygon to polygon edge to medium or too thick, okay, or too hairline. Hairline, it means very, very thick, thin. All this I was getting with the right button click. Now let's go to properties. I can make less transparent and I can ask my polygon to be without frame. If I uncheck this option, I get my polygon. It is transparent, but unfortunately, edges are disappearing. So you may have edges or not for the polygon, but you have to just remember one thing. Okay, just let's escape and let's try to draw another polygon. Just one like this. And if you go to the polygon, to properties, I ask to not put frames. You see, here you can see there is a transparent line, a empty line between these two polygons. Because what we did remove the edges for each polygon. So it is better to have at least one frame when two polygons are touching each other. Okay, so this is the first part talking about basic tools. We can also have custom tools, but this is for different meeting. Now, another thing. Geometry Sketchpad can use pages. So there's a page 1, Geometry Sketchpad with introduction. Then there is a Geometry Sketchpad page 2. And then document options, you can add blank page. So you're getting 3 pages, and suppose that I will just create an equilateral triangle. So I will do things like this. You see, Sketchpad remembers all these parameters, so line style medium, line style solid, and this is what we got. This also line style medium and display line style solid. Suppose I will create equilateral triangle. So that's my equilateral triangle, and then I will hide these circles, and then I will just briefly tell you something about transformations. Briefly, because later we'll be using them. So first thing, if you make reflection, okay, so you have reflection. So what you do, first thing, you just mark this line, go to transform and say reflect, okay, or mark mirror. So if you mark mirror, you're getting a thing like this. Now, select these 2 segments with the point and reflect. You see what is happening. But also you can make a double click on the edge and select some objects and make a reflection. Now we didn't explore circles. So this is my circle. I can do what I want. For the circle, I can make a circle interior and display color. Let's say, okay, that color is fine. And then suppose that I will just reflect my circle. When I moved this circle, okay, they are connected in some way. So that is really fine. Okay. And then You can, okay, you can merge these points like you wish. And then, I don't know if I can do it here. I can merge these points. So this is what is happening here. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell you today. We may have so many worksheets like the one here. You can label each of them. So edit, okay, display. So these things you know. And now document options. Let me to go back. File, document options. These are options for the whole document. So first one, I can write here intro page. That will stay here. Now polygons. Now transformations. Okay, so when you do this, then automatically you are getting these pages. Okay, when you load your file again, you will see labels for these pages. Document options add, oh, I didn't do it. Okay. Okay, so I didn't put the labels properly. So document options, and this one is intro. This one is polygons, and this one is transform. So you're getting full labels for each page. It is very easy to do these things. And you can have many pages for your document, and you can label them in different way. For example, if I go to a file document options, I may skip the numbers, so I can write like this, and then I can polygons like this, and then a, okay, this is transformations, and then polygons. So each page may have its own number, and then again go back to document options. You can move these pages like this. Okay, so every time when you want to reorder things, you can always do it on your own way. Yes, okay. I think this is what I wanted to do with your first video about the geometry sketch, but I will do more of them, and then also in the future, because I will be using very frequently all these features, so we will talk about them again and again and again. The same is with transformations. You have translation, you have rotation, you have dilation, and you have reflection. You have also iterations. So there is still a lot of to talk about, but I said this is for the next classes and next hour meetings. Now, what I can do, I can stop sharing, yes, and then I can stop recording